Well, as usual, the eyes of the mixed martial arts world are fixed upon Paddy, the Paddy Pimblett, when he competes. And anytime you're able to win when you're not at your best, as was the case in his win over Jared Gordon, that's a feather in your cap. Pimblett back on the horse tonight.
Win. Ultimately, that's what it's all about. And Paddy Pimblett gets the job done. But listen to this arena. Listen to the reaction that people give this young man when he steps from behind the curtain. This guy is a star. He has that star quality about him. But not only does he have that, he can fight. And ultimately, it's about winning fights. Paddy Pimblett does that in spades.
There are so many components to this Paddy Pimblett package, the accent, the persona. But this is a very talented mixed martial artist out to prove as much yet again tonight. All right, the UFC Hall of Famer Khabib Nurmagomedov getting back on the proving ground here tonight. And a new look corner, is that Hasbulla then?
Yeah, I mean, Hasbulla is in the corner with Khabib. Khabib loves him. He's always talking about him. He spends time with him. But the one thing is, while Hasbulla is there, Khabib Nurmagomedov's approach will not change. This guy is an absolute grinder, man. He is just a dog. He will go forward, get in your face, hit him. You will not deter Khabib Nurmagomedov from accomplishing the ultimate goal, and that's keeping that 0 on the right side of his record.
And if you're Javier Mendez, you just got to make sure that you let Hasbulla get in there between rounds. Little guy's got a lot to say. Khabib Nurmagomedov. And that means we are set for our main event of the evening. All right, now let's get you our tail of the tape for this welterweight championship fight. Now for the official introductions, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC welterweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Paddy the Paddy Pimblett. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning, defending UFC welterweight champion of the world, Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one. Well, they say everybody loses in mixed martial arts. I guess everybody except the Eagle, Khabib Nurmagomedov. Impossibly difficult to get this guy off of you once he takes you down. How do you prevent that from happening is the question for the opponent tonight. Circling to his right. All right, he closes the distance, gets the single collar tie. Wow. Oh, this place is going nuts. We got a brawl on our hands, folks.
The fans are out of their seat. These guys are kidnappers. Ooh, head kick lands. He's hurt. He gets to a spot, the tie clinch. Then he starts to let the knees fly.
All right, first clinch situation of the fight. We will see who has the upper hand. Will it be the BJJ fighter or the wrestler? We expected we'd see a lot of this, though, either way.
It's the ultimate equalizer for the jiu-jitsu fighter. Because if they're out in space wrestling, you would give the wrestler the advantage. But by being in close, you give yourself opportunities to not only take him down, but drag him to the mat with trips. Oh, guillotine here!
Oh, real good submission attempt now. That one looks tight.
Good job by the champ there. Sliding back out. Massive shot from the top.
Another ground and pound strike lands.
Oh, right into mount. Great submission defense.
Let's go! Get him up! Get him up!
It's work.
Nice shot there by the champ. Oh, nice. He should be trying to get back to his feet. In the half guard. Big ground and pound.
A lot of top pressure being applied here. Nurmagomedov's right back to the full mount. Outstanding ground and pound here. Somewhat of a lost art in MMA, at least in terms of making sure that every strike counts. Not an issue for him.
He's making every single one of them count. He is not pity-patting. He's not touching. Every punch that lands, he wants you to feel it.
Oh, that's how you do it. Postures up and lands to the head. Oh, staying busy from top position. He lands another ground strike there.
Now he's going full mount.
Khabib's going for an arm here. Oh, that looks wicked tight.
It's getting tight now. He's advancing. This has got to be the end of the fight. Oh.
That horn sounds means we have reached the end of round one.
Nice job last round. Take a deep breath and relax. All right, this next round, we want to do the same thing. Let's get this fight back down to the ground, and then we're in your world.
All right, that's the end of the round as we show you some of the highlights over those 5 minutes. Really a clinic when it comes to the ground and pound.
Yeah, man, this is what you're taught. When you're learning to become a ground and pound fighter, you want to do it exactly like he did. Gain posture, have height, control hands and wrists. Land strikes, don't throw too many, throw just enough control, throw again, control. He did it perfect.
Ready to fight. Ready.
All right, second round underway. Huge strike lands there, DC.
He landed that massive shot. Now he needs to try to find the next shot, a follow-up shot that will finish the fight.
Oh, he lands a massive kick here. Look to the head there by Nurmagomedov.
He's going to guillotine.
Oh, he escapes.
He got out. Wow, that is great submission defense.
Well, he's worked very hard on this part of his game, and these ground strikes are really starting to take their toll. Oh, and another punch on the ground gets through. May need some defense here.
Striking from every position lands a strike from the box.
Oh, the ground and pound is there. The ground strikes starting to pile up.
There it is, now he's going to mount.
Nurmagomedov's trying to get a triangle submission here. Oh, good technique there. He's got the triangle choke locked in.
Triangle choke getting very close to the finish. Now all he's got to do is get pressure on the head. Oh, man, that was slick.
Most fighters will tell you offensive wrestling is the hardest, most exhausting thing.
Especially if you're just running the guy over, Jonathan, he just gets up.
Under 2 minutes to go.
Nice defense. Yes, smart adjustment, yep.
All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position. And busy as he looks to improve position here.
In the half guard.
Under a minute to go in the round. Pimblett's looking to pass out of the half guard here, maybe looking for side control. He's denied. Oh, you gotta love the ground and pound strikes here. Side control now. Final seconds here of round 2. Pimblett's back in full mount.
Good run.
Can't get it. Good awareness by the defensive fighter.
Nice work. You're winning this fight. You have to stay ahead now. Let's get back out there and keep doing what we're doing. Put the pressure on them. Don't give them an opportunity.
All right, so we now look back at some of the action from that previous round, DC. A lot of good highlights on both sides.
I mean, a lot of good highlights from both competitors. They both should be very proud of what they accomplished. But I'm telling you, man, I'm not sure they can keep this up. If they land at this clip for another 5 minutes, somebody's going to sleep.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Here we go, third round of this championship fight. Paddy Pimblett gets hit with that hook. He's got to be careful here.
Another punch to the head. Take it for a ride. Nice double leg, nice finish.
Oh, hammer fist here by Nurmagomedov. Grounded him and pounded him. Nice job. These ground strikes are starting to add up.
Big right hook there by the champ. He passes to half guard.
Attempting a choke now.
That is tight. It looks like he's getting close to this arm triangle. All he's got to do now is isolate the arm, get his head down to the mat, and squeeze, and his opponent will have no choice but to tap.
Drops down inside the now closed guard of his opponent.
Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound. Get the mount here.
Nice positional control here. Under 3 minutes now to go in the round. Well, this is exactly what you like to see. Nice combination of ground and pound punches. Outstanding pressure and activity by Nurmagomedov. All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC.
Oh, right into mount.
Well, as usual, suffocating work from the top here by Nurmagomedov.
And now he's in side control. I mean, way to stay aware and stay safe defensively.
Ground and pound strike there now.
The hard ground and pound is paying dividends. He has opened up a cut. Another ground and pound strike lands for this man.
Man, this is some serious ground and pound. He's trying to put this dude's head, like, through the canvas.
He's one of the better ground and pound fighters we have in the entire UFC, and you're seeing why. Oh, good defense, yes.
Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Nurmagomedov. Again, not much defense there. Another ground strike gets through.
Beautiful transition.
Good work from the top here by Nurmagomedov.
Great defense by this fighter.
All right, that's 3 rounds in the books. We are headed to the championship rounds. All right, so the round is over, but not before damage was done. Cut on the cheek, sustained in that round. Cut man in there quickly as usual to try to seal it up.
Tighter this time. Throw your combinations.
All right, we'll re-rack some replays from the previous round as they attend to that pretty nasty cut in his eye area.
You got to lock in defensively, man. You cannot be out there just fighting. His opponent is too high level to try to fight him with his ego. Now he's dealing with a nasty cut over his eye. Why do you need another thing to manage when you already got one of the best fighters in the world in front of you?
You ready to fight? You ready?
Fourth round, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, here we go. The tension is palpable. He's hurt now. lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. Well, champ, I don't see that well, but it's hard to miss the redness underneath that elbow. A lot of bodily investment from his opponent tonight.
Yeah, it's an investment, John. It may not pay dividends right now, but the more you go there, the more damage you do, eventually it will show itself. Right now, it's starting to show.
Now drops inside that closed guard, DC.
Full guard. Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound.
Print the shirts, ground and pound.
Now he's going full mount. Great submission defense on display tonight.
All right, so perhaps he's going to have to address something defensively. There is a legitimate cut around his eye.
Yeah, he got cut on the eye from that last strike. He's got to pay attention now before it gets worse.
All right, so yet another ground and pound strike lands right there, DC.
He's getting very active now that he knows he can land these strikes.
He's having his way with him here. Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Nurmagomedov. And there it is, another strike on the ground, gets through. Striking pretty well from the bottom here. Not there yet, but might get the submission here shortly. Nurmagomedov's back in full mount. Well, now that cut in the eye area, Daniel, becoming a major storyline. He's got to be careful.
He's got to be very careful and address it right now before it gets to the point that there's nothing you can do about it.
Under a minute to go in round 4.
Look at him attack that arm triangle on the opposite side. When it's time to finish, he will lock his hands, pass his body all the way to the opposite side, drop his chest to get all the way down to his opponent's neck to try to choke him out and finish his fight.
Ten seconds to go in the round.
Fight back! Fight back!
So saved by the bell. He was getting grounded and pounded something fierce there near the end of the round. You see it's going to take him a good chunk of these 60 seconds between rounds just to get back to his feet. So a big moment here at the end of the round. We'll see if he can recover in time to make the walk here for this next round. All right, let us get you some replays from the damage in that previous round. Perhaps we can even isolate the shot that opened the cut.
I mean, just some big shots landed over the course of that round. And he wasn't responsible defensively. He was trying to tough out way too many situations. You can't do that when you're fighting a guy like this. If he doesn't change something, he's going to find himself in trouble.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Here we go, 5th and final round. Ooh. Well, you didn't see a lot of hands. That's as good a punch as he's thrown all night.
The punch that lands down the middle. The one.
Well, at this point, DC, I'm not sure if he's just biding his time or just trying to get some extra reps, but go finish the guy.
It seems like the guy's playing with his food. You know, he's having a good time out there. Everything's working. He's in the zone. It feels like at any moment he can end the night of his opponent. But he seems to be having fun, and hey, to each his... Oh, stuck in the guillotine!
Oh, what a beautiful, seamless transition to side mount as he counters the guillotine. Might be able to sink in a Von Flue choke here. Well, the fighter's going to have to address this offense coming his way. He's getting really bloody around that eye.
Yeah, now it's just become a big target because his opponent is just seeing the blood and he's just going after it. He has got to move his head before the strike starts coming in his direction.
Well, working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Nurmagomedov. Another ground and pound strike lands.
Yes, smart adjustment, yep.
Two minutes now to go in this one. All right, side control now. A lot of top pressure being applied here. Nurmagomedov's able to transition back to side control now. All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. Oh, good ground and pound here.
Nice transition.
Less than a minute now to go in the round. All right, he's got the hooks in, DC, working off of his back.
Now look for him to attack the neck of his opponent to try to get the rear choke.
All right, so he can't get it here. Again, good awareness by the defensive fighter.
In the half guard.
20 seconds to go in the fight. Side control now, and certainly I would think more offensive options for the bottom fighter than in half guard.
Absolutely more offensive options, because now you can just...
And there is the final horn. What a 25-minute affair tonight. We're going to the scorecards. Well, what a title fight it was. What a showcase it was for this division. But at the end of the day, the champion just did a little bit more, and you got to think he gets the nod, right?
I believe it was the championship experience that allowed him to push through in those spots that he needed to in order to keep his championship. I agree with you, J.A. I think he keeps his belt.
All right, the official decision is now in. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 50-45. Declaring the winner by unanimous decision, and